Greetings, Ndibany. A warm welcome to the month of May. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption by liking and sharing our videos. Let me give you the update. New Ohaneze President General Iwanyanwu assumes office, demands Nnamdi Kanu's release. That's Emmanuel Iwanyanwu. He assumed office as the new President General of Ohaneze worldwide on Sunday, after the Imo Ohaneze ratified his nomination. Of course, you recall that the Imo State government had nominated Iwanyanwu to replace the former President General of the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization. We are talking about Professor George Obiozo, who died in December 2022 after a brief illness. Now, the Imo meeting was held at the old Government House Lodge in Enugu, where Iwanyanwu, the former chairman of NEMA, yes, that is not NEMA, I beg your pardon, the former chairman of FAMA, Federal Road Maintenance Agency under Goodluck Jonathan administration, yes, where he was presented and ratified as the new leader of Ohaneze. The presence of serving governors and former leaders of Ohaneze Ndigbo, leaders of the Southeast Traditional Rulers Council and senators, among others, graced the occasion. Now, the governors were led by the host and governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and his Anambra State counterpart, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. You have the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum and governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, his Imo and Abia State counterparts, Senator Hope Uzodinma and Dr. Okezi Bazu. Those governors were represented by their deputies, namely Mr. Kelechi Igwe, Professor Placid Njoko, and Ude Okochukwu, respectively. Now we have the presence of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, at the event. Governor-elect of Enugu State, Peter Mba, former governor of Anambra State, former governor of Imo State, Ikedi Hakim, former President General of Ohaneze, led by Nnianwodo, former Minister of Health, Professor ABC Nwosu, among other people who graced the occasion. Talking about his acceptance speech, Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, chief, described the event as a remarkable day in his life. According to him, it is a day when providence and the love of his people, Igbos, propelled him to the position of President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide. He stated that all through his life he had done his best to serve Igbos, both in times of war and times of peace. Iwanyanwu also disclosed that he did not nurture the ambition to be the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo. Rather, he had the ambition of becoming the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In his words, I quote, "I contested for the presidency on 3 occasions, but I did not succeed. I took my losses in good composure, knowing fully well that as a Christian, all powers and promotion comes from God. But today, destiny has placed squarely on my shoulders the duty of leading the Igbos. As the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, I therefore have a duty to valiantly defend the Igbo cause, and I promise Imobi and all Igbo people that by the grace of God I will not fail them." End of quote. Now he went on to say that, look, he had carefully examined the present circumstances of Ndigbo and had decided, among other things, to focus on education, agriculture, industrialization, electricity, power generation, and health, among other things, as the core of his assignment during his tenure. Talking about the security situation in the Southeast, Iwanyanwu described it as a very disturbing and expressed his belief that there is a very urgent need for a peace summit in the Igbo land, the entire eastern region. He appealed to the President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, before the expiration of his tenure in office. According to Iwanyanwu, Nnamdi Kanu is very crucial for any key discussion, and it is not possible to negotiate any peace while he is in detention. Let me quote part of his statement concerning the security situation and Nnamdi Kanu. I quote now, "It is also important to note that the judiciary has discharged and freed Nnamdi Kanu. It will be the joy of many Igbo people and Nigerians to see Nnamdi Kanu released from detention. There is also a report that his health is deteriorating. I feel it is important that he is released to have access to his medical doctors so that he does not die in prison." End of quote. So Iwanya is warning the federal government of Nigeria to release Nnamdi Kanu from detention. Yes, that if he dies there, of course, you know the implications. The attendant consequences will be severe and dire. It's something that you will never expect, of course. So it is better imagined than experienced. And so the new leader of Ohaneze is calling on President Muhammadu Buhari to do the needful. He acknowledged here fully that court of competent jurisdiction have done the needful by discharging and acquitting the leader of the IPOB, and therefore the government must do the needful as well. Since the court have done their own part, it behoves on the government, talking about the executive arm, to do what they're supposed to do as the custodian of law. Yes. So Iwanya, among other dignitaries, were there at the occasion, and so all lend their voices. So this is a time, not rhetorics we are talking about now. It's a time for action. Match your word with action if you mean business. Look, ndị be anyị say, osita adị mma anyị ga-ewere ya. Osita adịkwana mma ọ dịwara gboo. That's Igbo dialect or Igbo, proverb or axiom, as the case may be. That is, if we start today to experience better days, better life, say, oh no. So we feel it has been like that, in the time past and ages ago. I will continue to, be happy about it. So our people, we have known what the Ohaneze have been doing. We know they have derailed. We know they have actually left the track. But if by this time around, they feel they are able to retrace their steps and come back to the track and move on and push for the well-being of the Igbo. The man said he has experienced even the war. He has seen it all. And so, yes, I was at an event particularly. I had a meeting with him particularly where he expressed himself. He told me personally that, look, he fought in the war and he stands for the betterment of the Igbo man. This Iwanya, yes, I met him in a closed door where I told him about what Ohaneze is doing to this country, to the Igbos. He told me point blank that, look, he as Emmanuel Iwanya is fully backing the Igbo cause. Yes. So I tried to convince him about the Biafra thing, and he said yes, he is fully into that. We discussed this few weeks before he became the Ohaneze President General. And he told me then point blank that, look, that the governor is trying to project him. I said, you have to go there and work for the Igbos. The Ohaneze in the past have, disappointed the Igbos. We have known the role you have played as a person against the Igbos. I told him, but this time around, if you can comfortably come out and defend the Igbo man, we will take it. Yes, it's not too late for us to have our freedom. Yes, and he said he will work for the interest of the Igbos. And that is what we are waiting for. We are watching him closely to see if those promises he made, he will abide by it. Yes. So we wish him well in office, in as much as he will defend the cause of the Igbo and make sure that our freedom is granted by the international community, that we are out of this contraption, that is the